Professional pilots for years have always built what we call an approach clip. That's where you get out your binders, you choose all the plates that you're going to need for a certain phase of flight, you put them all together, and then you clip them to the control column, hence the term approach clip. GA pilots have done something similar. They like these IFR flight file books. They get out their plates and it allows them to organize the plates for the certain phases of flight. Well, the cool thing with the iPad is we can pretty much do the same thing. Let's show you this example in ForeFlight. Let's do a flight from the Bay Area of Northern California, San Carlos Airport, KSQL, and let's head to the southwest, one of my favorite airports, Sedona, Arizona, KSEZ. I hit the search button. I'm going to take the sectional now, and I'm just going to zoom it out because I think it's always important to see where we are and where we're going. So now that you can see the flight, at the bottom of ForeFlight here, I'm going to go from Maps, and I'm going to choose the Plates button. Now, I'm going to choose the little arrow pull-down symbol at the top center. I'm going to hit the plus symbol under Binders, and we're going to create a binder. The name of the binder is going to be the name of this flight, which is going to be KSQL to KSEZ. I'm going to hit Save, and this creates what I like to call an empty binder. Now, to start populating the binder, I just simply tap the empty plate. I get this menu that pops up called Select Airport. You can see the second one down is KSQL. And I'm going to add the airport diagram. I'll add the takeoff minimums. And while I'm at it, I'm going to add the RNAV Zulu runway 30 approach in case I had to immediately return to the airport. I go back to Select Airports. I'm going to choose KSEZ Sedona. I'll add the GPS runway 3 approach. I'm going to go back to Select Airports. Now I need my alternate airport, which is going to be Prescott, Arizona. So in this case, I just go to the search box at the top and I just type it in, KPRC. I hit search. I get all of the plates for Prescott, Arizona. So I'm going to add the airport diagram. I'm going to take the alternate minimums. And I'm going to add 2 approaches to this. I'm going to first take the ILS-DME runway 21 left, and then I'm going to add the RNAV runway 21 left as well, and you'll see why in a minute. Now, you can see the different colors. Gray is for the airport diagram, red is for the takeoff minimums, the alternate minimums, and blue is for the approaches. If I want to edit, in the upper left-hand corner, I tap the edit button. I can delete a plate simply by going to the upper left-hand corner and tapping the X. Or, if I want to reorganize the plates, I can hold and drag a plate to its new position. When I'm done, I tap the Done button in the upper left-hand corner, and there you have it. I've organized a binder and essentially created an approach clip. Now, I want you to see something else. If I go into the airport chapter of ForeFlight, I can actually tap the Procedures button on the navigation bar, and I just want you to see here you do get access to all of the plates. If I type in that alternate airport of KPRC, I tap the Procedures button on the toolbar. I just want you to note that I get airport, departure, but under arrival, note that it says alternate minimums. ForeFlight hides alternate minimums under the arrival. So that's how in ForeFlight we can get access to our plates, but more importantly, build the binder. Now, let's switch gears and take a look at Jefferson Mobile Flight Deck. You can see here in the lower left-hand corner, we've got 2 buttons, Plates and Route. If I choose the Route button, it brings up this population box, and I'm going to enter in our flight, KSQL to KSEZ. I'm going to take a takeoff alternate of San Jose, KSJC, and my en-route alternate is going to be Prescott, KPRC. All I do is hit the blue Apply button. That applies the route. And now, to go on into it, to the plates, I hit the airplane symbol in the lower left-hand corner. I have a menu at the bottom, all airports, route airports, or favorites. So I choose route airports. Here's the 4 airports. I'll choose San Carlos. And if I want to add any of the 4 plates here for San Carlos to my approach clip, all I have to do is put a star by it. So I'll put a star next to the airport diagram, which is the 10-9, and the RNAV Zulu runway 30. Now, if I choose favorites, all I get are the 2 plates that I put a star by. I can pull up the plate, and to change back and forth between the plates, I just use this little red thumbtack. Or sometimes you can flick your finger left or right. I can go back to all charts, which gives me all 4 plates for the airport, and I can toggle back and forth between them looking at them. If I hit the plate symbol again, the airplane symbol, I can choose Sedona, Arizona, my destination. I can put a star by the airport taxi diagram, a star by the GPS runway 3. I go back to route airports. I'll go to San Jose. I'll build this clip here using the 10-9, the airport diagram, and I'll take the RNAV runway 29 approach, the 12-4 plate. Go back to route airports, and then I go to Prescott, Arizona. Here, I'll take the 10-9, the airport diagram. The cool thing is I can actually tap the 10-9 alpha, which takes me straight into the plate. This is where I find the alternate weather minima. I can choose the airplane symbol again, which takes me back to route airport, so I'll put a star by that. And while I'm at it, I'll put a star next to the ILS DME runway 21 left. I can go back to my route airports, and now I've essentially built my approach clip for all of these airports. I can go into it, I can pull up the plates, and remember, I'm only in the favorites going to get the plates that I put a star by. But here's a key point I want you to know. What can happen is you can have a taxi diagram up, and you can by accident bump the iPad, and it'll switch from one plate to a different plate, say an approach plate. So what we want you to do is use the lock feature. It's in the upper right hand corner, and you tap on lock device. You get this red symbol in the upper right hand corner, and that will now lock the app. You won't be able to switch from one plate to the other. It's a great feature. To unlock it, you just simply tap the red lock symbol again, and you can go back to using the app the way you did. So let's look at another example. Let's take Sedona, Arizona. We'll choose the GPS runway 3 approach. And when I'm in the final phase of an approach, all I'm concerned about is my step downs and the minimums. Every time I reposition the iPad, I lock the device. This way, it won't switch from the GPS runway 3 to, say, the departure at a Sedona. So the bottom line is, if you're flying IFR, take the time and build an approach clip. It will keep your plates organized for when you need them the most.